Oftentimes, the business owner, management, isn't receptive to some of the things that we're recommending. They're not as concerned about the findings as you all are. And sometimes it merely takes speaking the language of business. My greatest passion is to help professionals like you create a culture of integrity, create the right circumstances to keep honest people honest. The workplace has changed. And I think the greatest change in the workplace is what's known as the psychological contract. Again, to quantify it, $50 billion a year is the price tag that's put on employee theft directly. 30 to 40% of all new business ventures fail as a direct result of employee theft. Let's keep this in one conversation. Yes. Okay. It's one thing to steal honestly earned money and go to prison. There is no parole from debt. Right? I thought I saw another hand over, right? Yes, sir.
No, we talked about a different type of law, the law of karma.
The law of karma. Okay, so now this is going to come back around to bite me, perhaps, right? And $100 is not enough to pay for what the consequence might be. So, okay, the law of karma. I like that. Anyone over here? Okay. Well, that was way too easy, especially with a group like this, because I know that there's a code of ethics, and I know that by the way, this session is not being recorded. The psychological contract has changed. And what that opens us up to is that 67% of employees are apathetic. They don't think that there's necessarily a long-term path for them in their organization. Second one is this norm of reciprocity. It comes right out of what I just talked about. Just a fancy way of saying there's this norm, there's this reciprocal expectation. You do this and I'll do that between employer and employee. Well, it's changed as well. 25% of employees surveyed show up merely to get a check. So reciprocal deviance is when an employee feels done unto, and so they return in kind, they do unto in return. And that's huge risk, huge risk. People do things they otherwise wouldn't when they can rationalize their own behavior and when they think that they're merely leveling the playing field. What percentage of employees do you think steal to get even?
5%.
5%. We good with that? 5%?
Maybe 20.
20?
35.
35. Okay. So let's see where we are. Because you guys are right there. 43%. Right? So did anyone have a different reaction to the scenario? Yes, sir.
Are we supposed to assume that all surveillance cameras were broken?
Oh, so the fact that it's only $100 and the fact that it might be under surveillance or those considerations. Okay, yes, sir.
I don't even know how much cash is there because if I see there's ID, I'm going to try to contact right now.
Okay, so there's ID. The fact that there's an ID, the fact that we know the owner is a factor. It's only $100. We might be under surveillance, and I know who the owner is. Take that back as well, because hopefully what we're going to talk about will not merely make you a better auditor. Will not merely make you a better employee. It's going to make you a better leader and a better person.